to another video. If you are new here, my name is Millie. If you're not new here, it is so good to have you back. I started off this morning with a little hot girl walk, which is something I have been so bad at doing recently, but I've decided I need to actually just start getting my steps in. I told myself that once I finished the marathon, I would actually make a conscious effort to try and get my steps in every day. So I'm working towards it. I'm not quite yet at the 10,000 goal, but I am like working towards it so I can get more steps in every single day. Apologies, my camera just died, but I was saying that I promised myself after the marathon that I would get my 10,000 steps in every single day, and I haven't been hitting that goal yet so far. Okay, so this morning Stephen and I went for just a quick half an hour walk, and I think we're going to try and make that a little bit longer so we get more steps in, because that honestly only got us like 3,000 something steps for a half hour walk. So that is what we did this morning, and now I am dressed to go to the gym. I'm actually wearing this old Gymshark set, which I don't really lean towards most of the time, to be honest. I feel like the trousers are maybe like a size too small for me, a little bit on the tight side, but I'm going to wear them today because we are going to go and do an upper body session in the gym. Now this will be my first upper body session back in 2 years maybe, which is crazy. Like I've really just been focusing on running for the last few years, but time to get back in the gym. I did my first leg session earlier this week, and oh my goodness, my glutes were killing me for the last few days, like actually killing me. So today is going to be an upper body session, and not really sure what I'm going to do, to be honest. I feel like I don't quite have a routine yet, so I'm just going to go to the gym, just kind of see how busy it is, see what's free, and kind of get my workout in based on what's going on, which I know is not the best way to do a workout, but that is how I'm starting off, seeing as this is my first upper body workout in 2 years. Is my lunch for the day. Honestly, just like a little quick meatball pasta. I will pop the macros on the screen because we are trying to track, even though I am going out for dinner tonight, trying to get a lot of protein in earlier on in the day. I just got myself ready. We are going out for dinner tonight. We are going out again actually with Rob and Jam, who we went out with last week, but tonight we are trying a new restaurant. It's a Japanese restaurant that actually Stephen has picked, and if any of you know Stephen in real life, you know that that man is not great at making decisions based on like plans, basically. So he's done all of the research. Usually I kind of take control out of any of the bookings and stuff, but we've been doing this thing where each person of the four of us like pick a restaurant and we go try new places. So this is going to be Stephen's pick. He's the last of the four of us to pick a place, so we're going to go and try this Japanese place. I'm actually really excited to go out and eat. I mentioned in last week's video that I am now in a calorie deficit, so I'm in about a 400 to 500 calorie deficit for pretty much every day of the week, and I've noticed that the one thing that's been really kind of motivating me and helping me get by is knowing that I am having, like, I guess you can call it like a cheat meal once a week, which is kind of just like the way it's worked out. Like, I've not been planning to have cheat meals, but last week we went out for the roast dinner, and then tonight we're going out for this Japanese food. So I haven't wanted to restrict myself completely because I still want to live my life and not be super strict all of the time, but kind of more following like an 80-20 sort of rule. So super excited. We're gonna need to leave soon. My laptop has been doing this thing. My phone was on charge, so I was using my laptop to tell the time whilst I was getting ready. My laptop just like doesn't, what's the word? I don't know what it is. It's obviously just old and it's slow now, but the time for some reason just doesn't update. So it was telling me that it was only like 5:10 and it's not, it's 5:30. So need to leave soon-ish. It's not that far from our house and we are going to drive there. I'm thinking I'm not going to drink, but I'm also open to the fact that if there's a drink on the menu that I want to have, like I will just have it. But just gonna see how I feel. I did put makeup on tonight for a change. So I've been thinking I want to change up my makeup routine a little bit. I feel like my skin, I've said this before, it's just so dry at the minute, and I feel like the makeup that I'm using is not helping for that. And I'm thinking maybe I need to try some new skincare. I've always really wanted to try the Rhode stuff, and I'm thinking, because I'm pretty sure they sell it now in Sephora in America. I don't know if it's out in Australia, but when I go to America in literally like 2 months time, I'm thinking I'm going to buy myself a few bits and pieces whilst I'm there. I've also just tied my hair up in this little messy bun. Steven's just getting ready, and then we're going to go have a little drive down to Clovelly and hopefully get some really, really good food. I'm really excited to see what this place is going to be like. We just got home from the restaurant. The food was so good. I would 100% recommend that restaurant if you haven't been there before. It is a Japanese restaurant in Clovelly. Everything we had was so good. I think my favorite thing that we had was the duck. That was like this, it was called like triple roasted duck breast or something like that. It was unreal. Everything we had there was actually really, really, really nice. And I tried some fish. I tried some tempura prawns. I tried some kingfish sashimi. Sashimi? Oh my god, I can't say it. Kingfish sashimi, and that was nice too. So anyway, I am going to close off the vlog for this evening and I will touch base in the morning. Good morning, guys. I just got back from probably the hardest Pilates session that I have done in a really, really long time. It was really challenging. It felt good. I was very sweaty. I have just got home. I am going to, well, I was planning to make protein pancakes, this recipe that I've seen all over TikTok, but apparently Stephen finished all the protein powder and did not tell me. So we don't actually have any protein powder. So now I feel like it's just going to be pancakes, which is not really like the healthy high protein breakfast that I was looking to achieve. But I bought all of the other ingredients now, so I'm just going to make regular pancakes and hopefully they turn out good. They look so good on TikTok, so like fingers crossed for me, guys, that they are going to be really nice. Okay, take back what I just said. I just found the protein powder. He just had not put it back where he should have put it back. Just took them out of the oven. I think I should have used smaller glass bowls because they didn't really rise very much. It doesn't look like it's going to be that filling. But anyway, let's go and do a taste test. Oh, they're stuck to the bottom of the bowl. I mean, they taste good. But I probably lost half our macros being stuck to the bottom of the bowl. So, verdict for next time, need to grease the bowls with something because the mixture has stuck to the bottom of the bowl. And I think use smaller dishes so it's more, like it rises more. But they taste really good and it's like 32 grams of protein, I think. I will pop the macros here on the screen for you guys so you know what's in them. So what's the verdict on the pancakes? Rating out of 10?
8, because they stuck to the bottom.
Yeah, guys, the bottom is quite bad. We were both trying to, it was tasted really good, but we were both like scraping with our forks to try and get the stuff off the bottom. And I feel like there's actually probably still quite a lot of pancake that I just can't get to because it's so stuck. But they did taste really, really good for the parts that were not stuck to the bottom. So tomorrow I'm going to try it again. Don't know whether I mean, like, ideally I don't want to be having to grease the pan because, or the bowls, because then that's adding macros really that I don't want to be adding. The other option seems that we could use baking paper, put some baking paper down so that it just sticks to the paper. It could work. I mean, the idea was it just doesn't stick. Like, I don't know whether I've done something wrong or maybe the recipe, like no one else has said that they've had this problem. So it's obviously a me problem that I need to try and resolve. I would say my other complaint with it is that it hasn't really left me feeling very full. Like, I probably could have eaten another 4 of those. So I'm quite hungry today, and it is 9:45. So I've still got a good few hours until I'm gonna have some lunch. So this may not be the ideal calorie deficit breakfast. I am out getting in my steps for the day. It's such a lovely day today. I thought it was going to be cold, but I actually think I'm going to be warm in this gilet. So love that for me. Probably going to end up being sweaty by the end of this walk, but I just want to get my steps in today. I'm just going to do this little loop that I've been doing because I want to actually time myself and see how long it takes me. And I know that that's weird, but I just want to know, okay, if I have half an hour, this is the route that I can go. If I have an hour, this is the route I can go. That's like kind of what I'm trying to establish. And actually being back in the park today and it being sunny has made me think that I think the bike might make a reappearance again sometime soon. I have not ridden my bike since before February. Like, it did not come out of its cage after the triathlon, so I'm thinking maybe the bike will make another reappearance. I do think I'll do a triathlon again at some point in the future. No idea when, not anytime soon. I don't plan on, aside from the half marathon that I've got next year, I don't plan on entering any races anytime soon because A, they're quite expensive and I've got quite a lot of things at the minute that I'm trying to save for. So I'm also trying to do a lot of free activities at the minute, hence lots of walking, lots of exercise. Also just aids by the fact that I'm also trying to tone up a little bit too. So everything kind of ties together. But I forgot where I was going with my story. Oh yeah, so I'm just trying to get my route worked out so I know my timings, and then by the time that I get back home I'm gonna have some lunch because I'm sure I'll be starving because it's already gone midday. Just got back from my walk. It took about an hour and 10 minutes, which is not too bad because I was hoping that was going to take about an hour. And then I just popped into Coles on my way home to get some lunch and some dinner. So tonight for dinner, I think I'm going to have a stir fry. So I just picked up some noodles, some chicken, some veg. And then for lunch, I'm going to be very boring for lunch. And I bought some of those chicken skewers I think I showed you guys last week maybe, and I'm gonna have chicken skewers and cucumber and probably some rice. I'm kind of like undecided on if I can be bothered to cook rice, which is why I got these 2 things as well, because I thought I really don't want to have to cook right now, so I'm gonna buy stuff that I can just shove in the oven. So that is my plan. Do I cook rice? My thought process is kind of, if I don't have rice with lunch, we're going to the cinema later and then I can have some popcorn at the cinema. But also sometimes I think that it's like when I eat bad food, not that popcorn is really that bad for you, but when I treat myself and have treats, I feel like I start craving more treats. So sometimes it's easier to just be like cold turkey and just go with it and let myself just have like my one cheat meal every week. But no, you know what? I need to fuel my body properly. I'm gonna have the rice. And here we have lunch. It looks kind of plain, but I'm sure it's gonna be delicious. I will pop the macros on screen again, and then I think I'm actually just going to watch some YouTube, to be honest. I think that is the plan for me right now. I am gonna go and meet Ryan because we are actually going to go and watch the sunset together. I haven't seen Ryan in so long. I couldn't even tell you probably the last time that I saw her. In fact, I can. It was Amy's birthday, which I feel like was now months ago. It was probably in May because he's just been back home. So we're gonna go and have a little catch up and watch the sunrise together. I am just gonna wear this same outfit that I have been wearing all day, which is just this jacket from Glassons, Adenola leggings, and then I'm gonna just stick on some trainers. And then I think I'm gonna wear an actual proper coat out rather than my gilet, because as soon as the sun goes down, it's gonna actually be freezing cold and then I'll still have to get home. And one thing about me, in fact, you guys probably know this. I don't know why I'm saying this. Like, this is new information. I despise being cold. I hate the cold so much. But I actually can't stay out for that long because I'm going to need to come home, cook dinner for Stephen and I. And then, like I said earlier, we are going to the cinema. Morning. I had such a nice evening yesterday. Ryan and I went to go watch the sunset, which was super nice, and then Stephen and I went to go watch the new Jurassic World movie, which was actually quite good. We did enjoy it. There was a few flaws in it, but I do love a dinosaur movie. And then this morning we actually went and met Dan and Kira, just went and did a little sunrise, had a coffee, and I've just made my second batch of the protein pancakes. I've used a different recipe this time, and I've tried a couple of things. One of the bowls I have lightly greased it, so hopefully it won't stick, and the other one I've used baking paper. So basically just trying to figure out the best way to actually make these bowls where you're not sacrificing on the macros but also not making loads and loads of mess and having to do like proper scrub the glass containers afterwards.
Oh no, it's actually drying pretty well, look.
Oh yeah. No, we're just doing a bit of a deep clean. But these are the two that I've made today. So this is the one where I've just like oiled the pan, and then this is the one where I've just obviously used baking paper. Baking paper was a lot more annoying to actually mix all of the ingredients and stuff, but I don't know, this one still may stick to the pan. But yeah, we've got a big day of, we're basically deep cleaning our apartment. So we just went to Coles and bought loads of cleaning supplies. I always complain about this back surface, right, because it always shows all the marks, but actually Steven's just cleaned this side and it actually looks really, really good. Like, you can't really see any of the marks. We haven't done this half yet because we're still going to be cooking today, but you can see we get all of like the, I guess like from the heat of cooking, you get all of the streaks and stuff, and we probably don't clean it as frequently as we should. But anyway, we are going to eat some breakfast and then finish cleaning the rest of this place. Okay, ready to taste test, take two. Let's also see if it's stuck to the bottom. And it hasn't stuck as much as it did. But I don't think it's really stuck. It's still a little bit stuck, but it's nothing like it was yesterday. But here we go. Good. And I also feel like it's been a good way to get in some fruit and some fibre early on in the day. I have just come over to Kira's new apartment. Kira now literally lives on the same road that I live, which is absolutely great because it means we can see each other literally all the time now. So I've literally just got here. I've just got in her lift. We're going to have just like a very chilled, girly afternoon. I think we're going to watch 90210. Very chilled day today, which I'm actually kind of loving right now, especially because the weather is so cold. It's nice to just like be kept up inside, having fun with friends. Good morning. It is the next day. And I know the vlog really wasn't vlogging yesterday evening, but literally I went to Kira's house and we sat and we watched a movie and we just were chatting, and I really wasn't actually doing very much. I was pretty much doing what I would usually do when I'm home alone, but just at Kira's apartment and with Kira. But it's so good. I actually love having her so close to me. Like, it just means that we can go and do little random things like that, because that was only planned yesterday, right? And when we went out for the sunrise, because the boys were off playing golf today, she was like, oh, like, do you have any plans today? And I was like, no, I literally am not doing anything today. So she was like, oh, just come over if you want, we can sit and watch a movie. So that is what we did. We watched Coyote Ugly in the end rather than 90210. But I've actually never seen that movie before and I really enjoyed it, and it made me kind of excited because Stephen and I are doing something exciting, and we actually booked something very exciting yesterday, and I am not going to tell you too much. To be honest, by the time this thing that I'm talking about actually comes around, you won't remember this anyway, because it's literally in like almost a year's time. But we booked something very, very, very exciting yesterday, and I cannot wait kind of tied into the thing that I've been saying that I need to save for. There's a few things I need to save for at the minute, but this is going to be a big one for us. Also, excuse my hands, look at my fingers right now. Basically yesterday when we were cleaning, I still had like the remnants of my acrylic nails on, which I know is disgusting, please don't come for me, but I had just been too lazy to go get the taken off, so I just like clipped them down so they were just like short. And yesterday when we were cleaning, I was like scrubbing and I slammed my finger into something, and this one nail cracked in half and cracked my actual real nail bed underneath. So I just put a plaster on it so that I did not hit it again. And then this one, when I was cutting the rest of my fingernails down, I just cut it too close to the skin and I cut my skin a little bit, so not ideal. So anyway, that's my lesson learned as to why I shouldn't get acrylics on my fingers, because I just don't take good enough care of them. So I'm injured today. It's actually so sore as well, like this one here, because the crack has gone like through the nail bed. I'm like trying just not to use that finger for anything. But anyway guys, that brings us to the end of this video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.